Welcome back to Dr. Ryan, the place where we turn complicated health struggles into simple truths that help you take back your life. Today we're diving into a topic so many people silently deal with every single day: fatigue. Not the kind of tiredness that disappears after a night of rest, but the exhausting, brain-fogging, energy-stealing fatigue that makes even basic tasks feel overwhelming. If you've been feeling tired for years, if you rely on caffeine to get through the morning, if your motivation and clarity feel like they've been fading, this video is going to feel like someone finally turned the lights on. I know fatigue personally and deeply. I lived with it for years. That heaviness in your limbs, that feeling like your mind is half asleep, even when you're trying your best, the frustration of doing all the healthy things, yet still dragging through the day. And just like many people, I tried supplements, vitamins, medications, special diets, everything I could get my hands on. None of it worked because I was missing the real cause. When I finally understood what was truly draining my energy, it was like lifting a helmet off my head. Suddenly my thinking became clearer, my motivation returned, my body felt alive again. And after helping thousands of people through the exact same transformation, I can say confidently, fatigue is not random. Fatigue is a message. So today I want to walk you through the deeper truth about chronic tiredness. Because fatigue is not caused by a lack of coffee, and it isn't solved by forcing yourself to push harder. Fatigue happens when your biology hits a wall, when your hormones, your stress system, your sleep, your nutrients, or your metabolism can no longer keep up with the demands placed on them. One of the biggest hidden drivers of chronic fatigue is adrenal overload. When you're stressed, emotionally, physically, financially, socially, or even subconsciously, your body releases cortisol. Cortisol is meant to be a short-term survival hormone, a quick burst of alertness and energy. But when stress becomes chronic, cortisol stays high. And here's something most people don't know. Cortisol forces your body to run on sugar. Even if you're eating healthy, it pushes glucose into your blood, pulls sugar from your liver, and even converts muscle or fat into glucose. At first, this feels like energy, but soon it becomes a crash. You get wired tired, exhausted but restless, mentally foggy, anxious, overwhelmed, and unable to truly relax. And when the stress also triggers the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for fear-based responses, your sleep, mood, and overall calmness decline rapidly. Fear, worry, social anxiety, panic, or persistent overthinking all keep your amygdala switched on, which drains your energy further. When the adrenal system becomes overwhelmed, B1 drops quickly. And when B1 drops, your ability to stay calm, think clearly, and maintain stable energy collapses. This is why nutritional yeast or natural B1 sources often feel like someone turned down the noise in your nervous system. Your body stops firing in overdrive and finally begins to settle. Another extremely common cause of fatigue is poor sleep, especially from cortisol spikes at night. Most people don't realize that cortisol is supposed to hit its lowest point between midnight and 2 a.m. But if your adrenals are stressed, that's exactly when you'll wake up. Mind racing, unable to go back to sleep, or staring at the ceiling while your body feels stuck in alert mode. Fixing sleep means correcting melatonin at the cellular level. Melatonin is not just a sleep hormone. It's the most powerful antioxidant in your cells, even more potent than glutathione. And the way to boost your internal melatonin isn't just supplements, it's infrared light. Over half the sun's rays are infrared. They charge your melatonin during the day so you can sleep deeply at night. If you live in a place with long winters or spend your days indoors, fireplaces, campfires, candles, or red light therapy can help mimic this natural signal. Your metabolism also affects your energy more than most people realize. If you are running on a high-carb diet or grazing all day long, your blood sugar rises and falls constantly. Each spike overwhelms your brain, making you feel sleepy, unfocused, and desperate for a nap. Shifting to a lower carb style of eating or incorporating fasting transforms your brain's fuel source from sugar to ketones. And ketones aren't just another form of energy. They're a cleaner, sharper, more stable fuel that makes your brain feel awake, creative, and stable. Many people say fasting gave them more mental clarity than anything they've ever tried, because finally, their brain is no longer riding the sugar roller coaster. Another often overlooked cause of fatigue is post-viral inflammation. After a major viral illness, it's common to experience lingering exhaustion, muscle weakness, brain fog, and mood changes. This is because viruses drain B vitamins, especially B1 and B3, and heavily increase oxidative stress. When your body's antioxidant reserves fall behind, fatigue becomes severe. That's why increasing nutrients like B vitamins, vitamin D, zinc, NAC, and supporting your melatonin production can help your immune system finish the healing process. Latent viruses like Epstein-Barr can also flare up under stress because cortisol suppresses the immune system. When that happens, it feels like the fatigue came out of nowhere, but your body has actually been fighting a silent battle for weeks or months. Low stomach acid is another major cause of exhaustion. If your stomach acid is weak, you can't absorb B12, iron, or many essential minerals. You also can't digest protein efficiently, which leads to poor muscle health, unstable energy, and nutrient deficiencies. Many people assume their fatigue is mysterious, when in reality they simply lack the digestive acids needed to unlock the nutrients in their food. Apple cider vinegar and betaine HCl can significantly improve energy by restoring proper digestion and absorption. Electrolytes also determine how energized or depleted you feel. Your cells run on electrical gradients powered by potassium and magnesium. When these minerals are low, every cell in your body produces less energy. You feel heavier, weaker, slower, foggier. Large salads, leafy greens, sea salt, and magnesium-rich foods can completely transform how awake your body feels because they restore the electrical charge your cells rely on. And of course, vitamins like B12 and iron play essential roles in oxygen transport and cellular energy. Deficiencies in either can cause extreme fatigue. But what's important to understand is that these deficiencies rarely happen alone. They're usually signs of poor digestion, low stomach acid, chronic stress, or metabolic dysfunction. Through all my years of working with fatigue, I've learned that you must fix energy at the foundation. Diet is number one. If insulin is high, if you're eating too frequently, or if your blood sugar swings all day, nothing else will work. Once your diet stabilizes your metabolism, you can then address stress. When stress drops, sleep improves. When sleep improves, your hormones rebalance, your cognition clears, and your immune system wakes up. And finally, any leftover fatigue from infections or nutrient deficiencies can be cleaned up by restoring your vitamins, minerals, and melatonin. If you've been tired for a long time, know this: your body isn't broken. It's overwhelmed. And once you remove the pressures draining your system, your energy can return faster than you ever thought possible. Thanks for spending time with me today on Dr. Ryan. If you want more clear, science-backed strategies to restore your energy naturally, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Your body wants balance. It wants clarity. It wants strength. And once you give it what it needs, it will amaze you with how quickly it comes back.